Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. A few days ago, a PvP world quest appeared in the zone of Azure Span, near the Combat Assembly, where a full raid of players was camping the PvP objective. The zone is a free-for-all PvP arena, meaning that raid was picking off players of both factions, overpowering them with overwhelming numbers, and then camping them in the nearby graveyard, farming these poor souls for bloody tokens, a valuable PvP currency. Someone had to put an end to the band of marauders, so I snuck in like a rogue would, and in an act of the ultimate betrayal, I was able to wipe out an entire raid using a toy selfie camera. So in today's video, I wanted to show you how I became an unkillable world boss in open world PvP. But right before that, most of you guys watch these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you're looking to get regular class and content updates for all the future Dragonflight builds. Dragonflight offers a variety of different options when it comes to gearing for PvP. First, we have entry-level honor gear, obtained with honor points, which you earn inside of most casual PvP activities like random battlegrounds, skirmishes, or brawls. Then we have world PvP gear. These items can be obtained by participating in open world PvP objectives and fighting other players. Both of those rewards a currency which can be exchanged for world PvP items. This gearing method is fantastic and offers competitive item level rewards, which are usable in both PvE and PvP content, making them the perfect catch-up items for a fresh level 70 character. So far, World PvP has been very lively in the early days of Dragonflight, as most players choose to enable War Mode for increased rewards, which leads to regular PvP clashes between the Alliance and the Horde. Most PvP objectives rotate daily, and funnel players into areas where free-for-all combat rules are in effect, meaning that conflict and PvP fights are inevitable. One of those PvP hotspots lies near the Combat Assembly, a zone located in the Azure Span. In Combat Assembly exists a faction of blue Dragonflight, tasked with fighting off powerful primal elites and arcane elementals. When enemies are slain in that zone, they have a chance of dropping an arcane orb, which helps empower your character's combat capabilities. If you played in the expansion of Shadowlands, then think of Torghast but in an open world, minus legendaries and the borrowed power systems. The powers you gain in combat are also standardized, offering health increases, movement speed buffs, and improvements to crit, haste, and mastery. Though unlike Torghast, these buffs can be stacked at incredibly high quantities. And near the Combat Assembly exists a world quest where players can engage each other in PvP to earn credit towards the world objective while growing their character's power. Like every other PvP zone, this one is also free for all, meaning that it's usually hard to hold on to all of these buffs with regular combat encounters. However, early in Dragonflight, whole raid groups were formed around these world PvP objectives. Raids of 30 to 40 players hunting down all of those outside of the overwhelming army, relentlessly farming everyone that's trying to complete the world quest for bloody tokens, preventing anyone from completing these world objectives. The common strategy of these raid groups was to hold these open world areas for as long as possible, even camp in the nearby graveyard as their victims try just to leave the area. I saw an opportunity to join one of those massive Zerg groups and use the powers in the Combat Assembly to empower my character. Slowly, I would collect a variety of buffs to improve my health, increase my survivability, boosting my critical strike chance to 100%, and my mastery by over 300% in effectiveness. And it took a very long time and patience of running around collecting these buffs, hoping that none of the raid group members would notice my character growing 4 times in size. After collecting the buffs I needed, I happened to collect a temporary power of selfie camera, which allows me to use the toy to project an explosive blast to anyone behind me. This offered me a perfect opportunity to drop the group and then begin to cleave the strongest of the raid group with the selfie camera power, eliminating them within seconds. And after clearing up the entire raid, they lose all of their powers. And no matter how hard they try to come back at me, I was the only one left standing with all of my buffs, making me unstoppable and unkillable towering giant that no one could match. Quickly, my bounty drew the attention of the Alliance, but just like the Horde raid, none were left standing. From that point on, there was nothing that could stop me. Some have tried to use immunity powers to get close to me, but as long as I remembered to refresh my buffs every 5 minutes, there was no chance of me going down that easily. I spent a good time in that zone seeing if anyone could slay me, but none ever did. After a while, I tried to leave the zone to work on other world objectives, but these arcane powers are so chaotic they wouldn't let me leave. Every time I tried, these buffs would teleport me back into the arena. They have been my blessing, but now they're my curse. This unimaginable power has literally become my torment. I spent a good time trying to leave the zone, while trying not to break my undying kill streak. Eventually, I was able to make my escape, and could continue my day with even more world events and rare farming. Since that day, they have hotfixed the ability for raids to farm bloody tokens, which has helped to break up some of the raid groups from taking over some of these areas like this again. You can still group up in a party of 5 and farm bloody tokens, but this is much better than having to fight against an entire raid, which would make the zone completely unplayable. If you're interested in trying the strategy for yourselves, buff stacking is still very viable, and can be used to earn bloody tokens easily, and it helps you collect your Slayer of the Alliance or Horde titles if you do happen to get a bounty. But it requires a lot of time investment to farm all of these buffs, especially if you're looking to achieve unkillable status. Definitely much easier to farm in a raid group, which is safer than risking it solo in the open world. But otherwise, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you been turning on war mode to participate in the open world PvP? And have you taken advantage of this new world PvP gearing system? And are you going to try to take advantage of the Combat Assembly World PvP event and try to become an open world PvP world boss yourself next time it is available? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.